Hello and welcome to the first video in a while that I've done. In this series of videos I'm going to be doing some playtesting of various PTCGO decks and just seeing if we can take some wins here and there. And at the end we'll give a wee evaluation of the decks. So with that said, let's get into the deck. So, as the video title suggests, that we're going to be looking at Crobat V-MAX. Now, Crobat V-MAX is a new Pokemon that came along in Shining Fates, and it has a lovely first attack called Stealth Poison, which does 70 damage and makes our opponent's active Pokemon poisoned. However, it also has another benefit in that we get to switch back to the bench. So the main idea of the deck is to poison our opponent and spread as much, not so much spread, but place as much damage on the board as we can with Stealth Poison, while retreating into either Galarian Weezing with that ability Neutralizing Gas, which turns off our opponent's Pokemon's ability, so things like Zacian, Orbeetle V-MAX, any other Crobats get switched off by Neutralizing Gas, so that's a great ability. And while our opponent is delayed and trying to boss around or work around that, we can start building up our second attacker, Sableye, that can come in and do lots of damage thanks to its Crazy Claws attack. Now, in terms of the deck, we also have some Lillie's Pokédoll. That is just a great card to retreat into without giving up a prize. Of course, our opponent can always boss around this, but you know, generally they only have so many bosses in the deck. We also have Force Witch, and this is great for coming in because we're going to be coming in and out of the active. In terms of other kind of support Pokemon, we've got Absol with that ability Dark Abnition, I think that's how you say it, which just reduces the retreat cost by 1. Great again for slowing down if our opponent tries to retreat using energy. In terms of other cards that are kind of you probably wouldn't normally see, we have Dust Island here, which is great for keeping our opponent's Pokemon poisoned even if they do switch out of the active with something like Bird Keeper or with their own switch. It's fine. We have 2 copies of Boss's Orders, just great for gusting. In terms of draw support, we have Marnie and Research, and we also have a couple of copies of Piers here. Now, Piers really is in to grab ourselves either a Crobat for draw or a Galarian Weezing just to slow down our opponent. In terms of tech cards, I've teched in 2 Koga's traps. Really, Koga has been used for this confusion ability effect rather. Just great for again slowing down our opponent and making them hit through either confusion or they have to do a switch and switch back, again making them use up dual switching cards. And really that's kind of the main idea of the deck. So with that said, let's get into some games. Okay, we get into our first game here with Crobat V-MAX. So we're going to go Tails and we get to go first, yep. I think we want to try and get ourselves a Galarian Weezing out to try and slow down any ability based decks, although we are lacking some draw power. Part of me wants to put Denny in here just for a bit more draw support, but I think we'll do this and we'll come back. And it looks like we're against Scissor V-MAX. I've noticed Scissor's been getting a lot more play recently. This seems to be a build with Sableye. It's not a build I've seen, but obviously they want to use the disc reload ability to allow them to draw cards. Now, hopefully next turn we get a draw support, or if not, we get Marnie, because at the moment, oh, it's Look Metal. It's actually Look Metal with Scissor V. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to evolve. And we get a quick ball, so we can at least get ourselves a Crobat to get some draw. So we'll go and get ourselves a Crobat and get ourselves some new cards. Energy. Oh, that's why do you do this to me, PTCGO? Why? Okay, well, all we can do is go for the poison and hope that we get some draw next turn, or at least get a Crobat V-MAX. That would be good. So at the moment they can't use Sableye or Denny or Crobat themselves, simply because Galarian Weezing is in play. That neutralizing gas ability prevents any abilities, so we're going to use Red Challenge. Interesting. So I wonder what card they got there. Sableye, but you can use the ability, so that's fine. So we get a doll. We want to keep ourselves in the active the now. So we'll just go for severe poison and just continue with the poison on Scizor. We've got the boss, so we can then use Sabaleye's ability. It's fine. So we need to get ourselves a draw as well. Although we do have the free retreat thanks to Hiding Darkness Energy. This gives us a slight advantage, so we'll get rid of one of the energies. Continue with the poison on Scizor. Can't believe we're whiffing any form of draw. It's one thing I think the deck needs to have in is maybe a bit more draw. Hopefully they'll get KO'd coming into our turn. Again, thanks to us, Sableye is, oh, there's the Marlon Lana. So we're going to go for Full Metal Wall, is that right? Full Metal GX, Full Metal Wall GX. Which just reduces the damage, but we are hoping to get some poison damage done. Now, we really need to get some draw. No, that is not what we wanted to see. That is just not what we wanted to see. On the plus side, we don't have to worry now so much about Luke Metal discarding our energy. We're just going to have to hope that we get some draw soon. Oh dear, this is not actually working the way we want to. It's probably going to lose if we keep drawing the way we're drawing. We've got 140 damage to go. Come on, give us a Crobat V-MAX. V-MAX will do. There we go, there's a V-MAX, that will do. So we are going to switch into, now we do 70 damage, they're getting 40, so is that enough? Yep, that should be enough. So if we go for stealth and we retreat back into the Galarian Weezing. I get so tongue-tied so easily, it's funny. So, oh, what did they happen? Did I read something? Luckily we've got another switch. Again, we can turn off the ability, so they've got 80 left. So we've got Crobat, so what I'm actually going to do is we're going to swap into the doll. We're going to get rid of a doll. We put Crobat out, and we're going to go here. Get us a new hand. So that's fine. So 70, so we will take a knockout. We'll play Black Market down, and we're just going to go Stealth Poison into Galarian Weezing. Of course, they're taking less damage because of the ability. Of course, they used their GX attack, so they're taking less damage. That's why they're taking damage. Plus, with the coating metal and the metal goggles, they are taking less damage. So they've got 40 left. I am tempted to go into the Sableye and severe poison Sableye. Seems our Sableye isn't a metal Pokemon, so it shouldn't be taking less damage. And there's the Scissor VMAX. So I'm hoping to keep these Kogas for the Scissor. So do we get ourselves an energy? We've got ourselves a switch, that will do. Come back into the Galarian Weezing. We're just going to hold our hand now. Oh, of course, actually what's happening is the poison is getting reset, so Crobat's resetting severe poisons damage. That's why that's happening. There's a Mallow into the Scissor. So Galarian Weezing goes down. So we'll just go into our Crobat, and we are then going to yeah, we're going to Koga. So we now have to hit through or have a switch. We're going to have to hit through our poison. So we're going to use max confusion rather. So we're confused and poisoned. So do they have a switch? They do have Sableye now in play though, so they can use Dust Reload. Hopefully we can get Sableye paired up. So do they get a switch? 2 Malalanners in the discard pile, and Look Metal does play quite a few switching cards like most decks do. So we're going to look for a Galarian Berserker. Yep, one of those. So that means that they do 20 more damage. So digging for the switch. Calm. With another Galarian Meowth. So we're going to go for, is it Hard Scissors, is that what it's called? Yeah, Hard Scissors. And there's the Dedenne, he's still not got the switch. There's 10 cards left. There's the switch, and then switch back probably, no. Well, that's fine, we can go into, we are going to get ourselves back to basic energies. And we're going to Marnie. We've got ourselves another Crobat set up, that's good. Go here. And then we're going to retreat into our new Crobat. We're going to Stealth Poison. We're going to retreat into the Doll. So, do they have Boss? Because we want them to hit in to basically get knocked out coming into us. We're going to Quick Ball for a Type Null, just looking like the fin in the deck. And Sableye Dust Reload. Metal Goggles onto Berserker. We're now doing 40 more damage. So even if they don't attack this, they're not going to get excuse me, they're not going to get knocked out going into our turn. However, we'll still be able to swap into a doll if we need to. So what do we get? We got the Bird Keeper. Let us. We'll go Piers and we'll get ourselves a. We don't have any Crobat left, that's fine. We'll get ourselves an energy at the very least. And we are going to self poison into doll. So 1, 2, 3. So we don't have Koga, which is really annoying. We know Koga's in the scarab in there. We've got 1 left in the deck, we've got 18 cards left. They've got 3 cards left, so we need to take 3 prizes relatively quickly. And I think, although they do take less damage, so that's game. Thanks to getting that energy, so we didn't need Koga after all. And Sableye coming in there with the attack. So good game. That's 1 victory for Crobat. Okay, we're going into another game with Crobat VMAX. It looks like we may be against a Psychic deck, so possibly Mew, or Mewtwo and Mew, or could be we're going into Dragapult. Dragapult is one of my favourite cards from Sword and Shield. I just love the spread damage it can do, so that's not the best start, but we can hopefully get ourselves an energy. Always want to try and get that turn 1 energy. Doesn't really give much about the deck, although it's looking like it's a possibly Dragapult with Orbeetle, possibly. So we've got the Koffing. What's great though, if it is Orbeetle, we'll be able to turn off Orbeetle's abilities. So let's find out. I do like this Koffing with the Team Rocket grunt in the back. There's a Fion. That's fine, we've got a switch anyway. So, Turffield Stadium. It is Orbeetle. So we do probably want to try and turn off Orbeetle's ability. Although they do have Fion, which means there's the Crobat. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch. Then we're going to Piers, and we're going to get ourselves a Galarian Weezing and a Hiding D Energy. So we're then going to Crobat. We got ourselves the research, and then we're just going to use Ascension and get Galarian Weezing out. So, at least Jirachi now and Orbeetle's abilities are now turned off. And we've got the switch, so hopefully we can, if the bosses or Fiona's again, we can come out. We're going to go for the detention gas that does 40 damage, splattering sludge does 40 damage to each. So there's the Orbeetle. So we'll probably research next turn. Going for the catcher. There's a Marnie. Does Marnie miss the third day? No. It's okay, we've got some draw and we can get ourselves another Crobat. Sableye is probably going to go down. I'm going to quick ball for another Orbital. Oh, the Feeling, but Feeling's ability doesn't work now because Galarian Weezing is in play. And we rod up for the Orbital. Yeah, I've got Scopic Sight, they did have a sight, that's fine. And detention gas is turned off. It's great for news for us. We're going to get ourselves a Crobat. We're going to go Hiding Darkness Energy there. We'll put the doll out and we're going to boss up the Orbital and we're going to start putting some poison damage down. Even if they do VMAX, they don't have any ability to spread damage thanks to Galarian Weezing. Again, coming in clutch because of the bad draw. They do have a research, that's frustrating. They can't boss, although they could switch. We're going to call away the Jirachi and we're going to go for another Koffing. Luckily Feeling can't work, so they do need to have boss to get Weezing out of the active. So we're going to retreat into Weezing. The Denny again, no ability. Thanks to Galarian Weezing. I keep saying that. Galarian Weezing is coming in clutch. So let's go then and I do want to get some draw, but we can't retreat. So now it's only basic energy, so all we can do for the time being is severe poison. Come on, PTCGO, give me a good deck. Say a good deck, I mean a good top deck. Come on. So they probably will use Splat and Sludge, it does 40. We'll survive by... yeah, we'll survive by 10, so we'll get one more turn. Did they just touch, was that triple acceleration energy they just touched there? Yeah. And they go into the research. We'll get themselves another Weezing. Okay. So come on, draw, and we get Marnie. That Marnie might save us. And sadly does not. But we do have some draw for next turn. We're going to go Dust Island. And we shall do severe poison. This knocks out their Weezing and we get to take prize for Energy Switch. So the only real play they can do is put Weezing forward. Because Orbital damage can't do anything. Orbital can't do anything at the moment, although they've probably got a switch. Bird Keeper perhaps. There's the gear. Digging for boss possibly. If they do get bossy orders, then They will knock out Weezing with one go of ED Beam. The Bird Keeper into Weezing. Do they get the energy? No, they don't get the energy, they whiff the energy. That's good for us. Okay, we're going to research. We get the Crobat. And we're going to swap into VMAX and we're going to stealth poison. And we're going to swap back. Again, ability lock, just as bad as item lock. It can shut down a lot of decks and force you to play the long game. So, at the moment, if we do severe poison, they will not get knocked out into our turn. So, we probably want to boss up the VMAX and start attaching energy to Sableye. We're going to Bird Keeper into the Orbital, back to Dust Island, and get poisoned. Okay, so they can no longer be damaged by poison. And they get the knockout, that's fine. So they're going to try and hide behind Jirachi, but we do have boss in hand. So we're going to start powering up Sableye and try and get ourselves another Galarian Weezing. For the time being, we'll just have to hide. That's the aromatic energy, obviously stops special conditions. The other one we need to watch out for, which probably we'll start seeing some play now, is Galarian Rapidash. There's the Marnie. We got ourselves a Koga, but that's not going to do any good when we take on this Orbital. So we'll have to give up. We'll do Crobat. Because I'm hoping next turn we can draw into a energy. For our detention gas. Ooh, excuse me. Obviously Spartan Sludge is now doing its work. It's fine. So we'll VMAX and we're going to place. What do we have? We do have another Crobat and energy. We're going to attach it to you. We're going to I think we'll go for the doll and we'll go into swap back into the doll. We got another Weezing for, of course, we may use the ED Beam and knock us out. There's the Weezing again, so how many Weezings are we down? So we're down 2. Hopefully we've only got one more Weezing to contend with. catcher. Oh, got lucky that time. Telescopic sight. Air balloon. Okay. So we're going to go here. We go into one of our Crobats. And here. So we're going to try and get ourselves some energy back. And so we keep. I think we'll just fin the deck a bit. Okay, let's go for that and retreat into Weezing, which switches off their ability. So this shouldn't do any more damage now. Just gotta hope we can get another switching card. They calm away the Jirachi and I'm going to bench another Koffing. I imagine they're probably just looking at what they've got left in the deck. We'll go for another Koffing. Triple energy, how many energies have they went through? So we want to go to here and force them to hit through the confusion. Kind of just waiting on getting a boss, because if we can draw into one of our bosses, oh no, both of them are prized. Switch into here, we've got ourselves a doll. Still want to keep their abilities turned off for the time being. Another Hiding Darkness. I'd imagine they're going to go Orbital VMAX. Yep, they are. Do they have a Marnie? No. And we win. So that's another win for Crobat VMAX. So there you have it, Crobat VMAX. We were able to get a few wins. In terms of improvements for the deck, I would think we need to probably try and get some more draw support. Although I do like the inclusion of having Koga over draw support just for being able to do that confusion and forcing our opponents to hit through the confusion. But with that said, I will catch you next time, so thanks for watching.